Welcome to the sixth tutorial episode on Modelur, where we will talk about designating the use type for buildings and city blocks. This is an important urban planning stage, as you can assign exactly which buildings and city zones will be for a specific use such as residential, commercial, hotel, or any other use. Every building and city block automatically has a use assigned to it. By default, this use is residential. This means that every city block and building you create will by default be assigned for residential use. You can change the default use by going to the Whole Plot tab and choosing another one in this drop-down list. Modelur comes with 12 predefined use types, and you can make new use types if needed. Each use type has its own color. For example, the use for residential is yellow while the color for office is red. You can also change the color for every use type by going on the Use tab, choosing a use, then click the color square and choose a new color. If you want to revert back to the default color, first click outside of the Modelur window and then use the Undo key. You can also change the use color by changing the material color in SketchUp's material panel. To do this, go to Window, then Default Tray and make sure Materials is checked. Then click on Show Tray. Now expand the Materials tab, choose In Model in the drop-down menu and scroll down. Now you can click on a color and it tells you what use it is for. Here this color is for residential. Now click on the Edit tab and use the color wheel to change the color. To undo, simply use the Undo key. You can also customize your use types as you wish. For example, you can add any use types that are needed. And to prevent confusion, choose a color for the new use that won't be too similar to the colors for the other uses. Additionally, you can rename any existing land uses and even delete them if you wish. Now let's get back to use types. As was shown in the previous episode, you can change use types on firstly the whole plot level, then the city block level, and finally the building level. On the Use tab, we can change the primary or secondary units if needed. This is especially useful if you create your own use. Now we can edit specific details such as the gross floor area per apartment. Let's change it to 90 meters squared. However, now the apartments per floor are not exact anymore. Let's change that to 9. Let's also increase the residents per apartments to 3. Here we can change the required green area per apartment if needed. We can also change the number of required parking spaces. Modelur offers flexibility by providing 4 different methods for calculating parking requirements. 2 commonly used approaches are basing the number of spaces on the gross floor area per apartment or specifying a fixed number of spaces per apartment. This is especially helpful when you are working with large models with different land uses. We can check the calculation on the required parking spaces by going to Data and then Modelur Dashboard, and useful information will be displayed about the city block, one of which are the required number of parking spaces. Based on the use specification and the 3D model of the new development, this city block needs 72 spaces for parking. If we duplicate the building and put it on the same city block, the required parking spaces will automatically double. This was a brief overview on uses in Modelur and how to set them up. If you need more help, please visit our official website and YouTube channel.